Okay, how long does it take to sell a property in Chelmsford today? At this moment in time, the detached houses are taking 128 days, flats 93 days, and terrace and semi is taking much shorter time, which again would fit in. Where are you, Stephen and Emma? Where are you? I can't see you. Where have they gone? Oh, there you go. That fits in with about right, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. There you go. In terms of bedrooms, again, the best ones are 2 and 3 bedroom properties selling well. But if you've got a 5-bed, God hope you've got a 5-bed detached, oh dear, that's going to be a difficult one, isn't it? So again, if you are a landlord, the important consideration is, whenever you're buying a property, is when you come to sell it, is it going to be easily sellable? And again, it's showing here that the 2 and the 3 beds work quite well. Interestingly, in other parts of the UK, 1-bedroom properties are absolute dogs to sell. So that's it. I thought that was interesting, that in Chelmsford, 1-bedroom flats must, because you don't get many 1-bedroom houses, doing quite well. So good for you. Good for you. Right. Oh, there we go. How long does it take to sell a house? Because we've done the figures now. Let's look at historically. Now, the purple line is the average, and then the different colours, green, yellow, green is detached, yellow is semi, and orange is terraced. But what you'll find is in 2007, the average amount of time it takes to sell a house is around 40 days. Then we had the credit crunch and she went up to 140 days, and ever since then she's been slowly coming down. But if you actually notice, since 2007, that has not been a steady line, and it looks like an ECG graph. You know, an ECG graph, it goes flat and then goes dug-dung, and then dug-dung. There. And those spikes are 12 months apart. And that spike, in terms of how long a property takes to sell, is always in winter. So here's another takeaway tip for you. The best time to buy a buy-to-let property is in the winter, because you haven't got so much competition. Properties are taking longer to sell, and therefore that means there's less buyers out there, so therefore there's an opportunity for you to come in and buy a property. Because remember, when you buy a property, the most important question that you should ask the estate agent is, why are they selling? Because people sell into 2 categories: got to sells, like to sells. Got to sells, death, divorce, debt, relocation. Like to sells, different. The got to sells are the ones that are desperate to sell, and therefore they're the ones, especially in the autumn and the winter, that you can offer. But the important consideration is this: when you find out what their motivation is of selling, when you make that offer, make sure you say to the estate agent, I'd like to make an offer of £30,000 less than the asking price, but it's on the basis that I will get you moved in 8 weeks' time or 6 weeks' time to get your child into the school in Swindon. Make sure you attach that personal or emotional element to it, and your chances of getting the sale through are much better. But you didn't hear that one from me. Okay, now in terms of saleability, in terms of price band. So what we did is we chopped Chelmsford properties up into 4 equal price bands, depending on what the property stock is. And you can put, if you put all of Chelmsford houses all in price order and chop them into 4 equal parts, the lowest quarter would be from 0 to 250. The second quarter would be 250 to 325, 325 to 425, and then you posh people at 425 upwards. And interestingly, the cheaper stuff seems to be selling. There's no surprises there. Again, if you've got any questions on this, we're having a question and answer at the end, and we can talk about this if you've got any particular questions. This is a huge slide. This is the number of properties that are on the market at any one time. Go back to 2008, and at one point there was 2,050 properties on the market in Chelmsford. There's only 39,000 houses full stop in Chelmsford. So that's an awful lot of houses on the market. And again, you will notice that she has been steadily coming down, but notice she's starting to come back up again. But again, notice that roller coaster. Again, less houses come on the market in the winter, and then they come back onto the market in the spring and summer. So again, if you have less supply of properties in the winter, but you'll have more desperate buyers to buy. If you've got more desperate sellers to sell that want to sell, again, you'll get yourself a bargain.